How's everyone doing tonight?
Good.
Okay.
Good. Right.
Any of y'all ever put your life on the line trying to make it to an event or a class? Yeah?
No.
Okay, well we all know how stressful that is. Each campus has its own attendance policy, and this policy can hurt some folks. Well, rushing to do anything is simply not the best thing, but we all do it anyways. It's natural human instinct to rush or take shortcuts in anything to make our lives easier. I strongly believe that there should be a reform in the attendance policy for colleges across the United States. The reasons are, number one, people should be able to stay in a class or be dropped if they're paying for their own tuition, not based on the teacher's decision or anything like that. Number two, no one should be dropped from class just for slightly being late a few times. And number three, college is an option. However, there are priorities such as family, safety, and jobs or anything like that comes first. Today, I would like to point out some of the keys to most of you, and you guys hopefully can relate to. When the attendance policy are enforced or changed, it can really help us. Here I have an MGCCC petition that I would like for you to sign if you all agree with me by the end of this speech. So you can pass it along. Alright, now that you have an idea of what we will be talking about today, let's start. People should be able to decide if they should stay in a class or get dropped if they're paying for their own tuition, because we all know tuitions are really high, and the school or teacher should not be able to make this decision. College is different from high school in that we get to choose when to go and when to not go. For those who are actually wanting to learn, but you just live really, really far away, they should be able to have a grace period of 5 to 10 minutes being late to class. And it should be more than 3 times before it actually turns into an absence. According to most of MGCCC.net classes, being late more than 5 minutes to class 3 times will add up to 1 absence. You can only have 3 absences before it turns into the point where the teacher drops you. There are 18 weeks in a semester, so the person should be able to have more than 18 times of being late to a class. In the college world, if the student is responsible for their own tuition, then he or she should be responsible for making it to class or not. And they should not be dropped based on teachers' decision. According to CNN.com, college tuitions have actually risen 4.8%. So, you know, that's a lot of money for some folks. Point number 2, no one should be dropped from a class just for being slightly late. Attendance is important. However, if you're dedicated to learning or does all of your work, you should not be dropped from the class based upon your attendance. Academic performance should not be affected by the attendance policy as well. According to Joyce Wright from the Medallion Zine, attendance in college class should not be required because it actually does not ensure that you will have academic success. So there's no real reason for enforcing the attendance policy. And last but not least, I have a third point to make. The third point is that now that I've spoken about the first and second thing, attendance is really important, but don't stop, keep going. Attendance is really important, but the third thing is that if you're trying to rush to work, this can really affect your safetyness. I know that attendance is important. However, priorities such as family, jobs, or family jobs can really affect your time of getting to class. And according to Maslow's hierarchy of needs, one of them is safety. And if you're trying to rush to class, you're putting your safety on the line, and that can produce accidents when you're speeding. According to Jumpers.com, most accidents actually occur from rushing. So rushing can result in injury. And also according to Pinpoint News, whenever you're trying to rush, you're also giving yourself higher stress, and that can lead to headaches and heart failures. And when you get to class and you have stress or heart failures, that wouldn't be a good thing. Now that I've shown you all the evidence, I'm hoping that you can sign the petition whenever I'm done with the speech. What I want to recap is that by loosening up the attendance policy and having a 5 to 10 minute grace period, all of us can actually avoid being dropped or from an expensive class, and you can also reduce injuries and accidents. Now that you've heard of it all, I hope that you agree with me on this.
Woo! Good one.